Who says northern governors are not part of the insecurity problems that have been ravaging Nigeria for a very long time now? Hello, my people. Welcome to my channel, KDG's and Boss Corner, where we give you latest updates on sports, politics, entertainment, foods, lifestyle, and what have you. This is your boy, KDG's Papa, coming to you live today. Okay, there is a saying that says, if you are not against them, or rather, if you are not with them, you are against them. Yeah, in reverse, if you are not against them, you are with them. So in this case, the case of the northern governors is a case of if you are not against them, you are with them. Okay, so why did I say that? There's also a saying that says if you keep silence, it means you are saying a yes. So let's take a look at the analysis of the budgets from different regions, like the northern regions of the Nigeria, this north central region, the northeast region, and northwest region. The size of the budget that they are approved for 2025 spending and the percentage of this budget that was being assigned or allocated to security to fight insecurity or allocated to security in the states. Based on the analysis that was given by the channel's television data analyst Babajide Ogunsowo, let's look at how these northern governors are thinking in their senses, allocating a very meager amount for security in the budget, and while all the bigger portions are being allocated to spendings like frivolous spendings that cannot even produce food for the states. Come to think of it, Lagos State's budget for security alone is more than the northwest region combined, or the north central region combined, or the northeast region combined in terms of security budgetary allocation. And these are the regions where we have severe or intolerable insecurity over the years. Call it banditry, terrorism, herdsmen and farmers clashing, and different types of insecurity and issues every day. Yet, these people are thinking that this size of budget is what is appropriate to be apportioned to security and fighting insecurity in these regions. And look at the stakeholder meetings they also held a few days ago, the kind of people they had in this stakeholder meeting. Now, um, I would like you to watch this channel television's data analysis done by Babajide Ogunsowo, and let me know what you think in the comment section. I would like to hear your view on this. Share in the comment section so that we can also deliberate or discuss this further. And after that, you can like, comment, and subscribe so that when I post my video, you will be notified.
On Wednesday, the state governors under the aegis of the Nigeria Governors Forum met with the Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, to discuss the ongoing insecurity challenges across the country. The discussion focused on the security challenges in states with the aim of finding solutions to address the escalating violence. Babajide Ogunsowo, founder of Leadership by Data and Channels Television's data analyst, is right here to share more intelligence about the insecurity wave and, of course, the way to peace. Babajide, great to have you again on the News at 10.
Good evening, Ayatunde.
Yes, indeed. So the Chief of Defense Staff, we understand, during the week met with the Nigeria governors, of course, to talk about the security situation where we are presently. So is there any information, Babajide, on what was agreed at this meeting?
After the meeting, sealed lips. It's not clear what was agreed and what was discussed. However, what is clear is that the Governors Forum missed the opportunity to have a wider participation in the room. So yes, we have the Chief of Defense Staff, but again, the security challenges we face goes beyond just that military perspective. Ayatunde, there's a border perspective, no representation. We have a religious perspective, no representation. We have an ethnic perspective, no representation. Policing, no representation. So it seems that the thinking is still the military has all the solution. And if that diagnosis is still what we feel will lead us out of the woods, the answer is no. But beyond the other perspectives and representations that were missing from the Governors Forum meeting with the Chief of Defense Staff, there are two perspectives I want us to quickly talk about. The trade perspective and the climate perspective. Now, what do I mean by the trade perspective today? I'd like us to take a look at the world's leaders of beef exports. And even though they are exporting so much beef, they do not have the sort of challenges with their cattle and their land that Nigeria has. See Brazil, $9.3 billion of beef exports last year. Now, I tell you, why is this important? Going by our own records, Nigeria's cattle, all of our trade in cattle, all of the exports, $25 million in a year. Yet we have so much problems. $25 million worth of cattle is what Brazil does in a day. Brazil exports the equivalent of $25 million worth of beef in a day. Yet it doesn't have this sort of cattle, herders, conflict, land grazing issues that Nigeria has. Nigeria does only $25 million in a year, and we have so much issues. Clearly, there's a lot going on beyond cattle farming and herders conflict. So we need to clearly understand that what will happen if we then even start doing the big numbers. We are not doing the big numbers, yet we have so much issues at hand. The second perspective is the climate perspective, and for me, that is perhaps the perspective the Northern Governors Forum should be looking at. Let's take a look at what exactly is the United States, the United Nations position on what is going on in Africa. What they've said in their report that came out just about 90 days ago was shocking. Regions where the herbaceous biomass losses are predicted to be the largest tended to be concentrated in Africa. West Africa, for instance, is expected to lose up to 34% of its herbaceous biomass by 2050. In simple terms, what this report is saying is that West Africa is expected to lose more than a third of its grazing land within the next 25 years. The effects of climate change. Again, just think about it for one moment. West Africa is expected to lose over a third of its grazing land over the next 25 years. And that exactly is part of what we're seeing right now. We're seeing a lot of farmers feeling the pressure of inability to have their cattle eat, and we're still pretty much still running the traditional archaic system that isn't working. So clearly, going forward, we have to look at different perspectives to solve this problem.
Indeed, challenging times ahead from what you just talked about. Now, is the rise in insecurity, Babajide, and of course the wave that related to withdrawal of Burkina Faso, Mali, and of course Niger from ECOWAS?
That is just a bit of the problem. A bit of the problem. But the bigger problem is the states having sufficient funds, and most of their funds are not going towards security. And that's where we really need to look at. Yes, we have the federal government trying to increase its budget and its allocation to security issues. The question is, Ayatunde, for 2025, the northern states, I'm talking about the 19 northern states, have a combined state budget in equivalent of 12 trillion naira. However, the average is only 2% of this 12 trillion naira goes into security. To put this in better perspective, let's take a look at looking at how much Lagos State is budgeting to security despite not having as much issues as this northern state, and then it allows you to clearly understand it in the chart of the week. Now, what exactly is going on? The security budget, Ayatunde, for Lagos State, in terms of area, we know Lagos State clearly is the smallest landmass in the country. The state has a budget of 124 billion naira for security. The North Central, all of the states in the North Central, combined cumulative budgets, only 95 billion naira. All the 7 states in the Northwest, cumulative budget, 65 billion naira for security. All the states in the Northeast, cumulative budget, 55 billion naira. So just think about that for one moment. The security budget of Lagos State is more than the security budget of all the states in the North Central, all the states in the Northwest, all the states in the Northeast. How will they find peace with such mega security budgets?
Wow. This is really interesting, Babajide, because when you look at it, for Lagos, 124 billion. I mean, it says a lot. It really says a lot. And North Central, Northwest, and Northeast is not even up to that amount. But let's narrow it down now to the, let me say generally now, for all the state governors, really, talking about insecurity and the responsibilities, of course. The actions of the state governors, is there any indicator to show, that they're taking any responsibility and actions, in providing security, really?
So one indicator is the meeting they had with the Chief of Defense Staff. However, these meetings have to be more frequent, and these meetings have to clearly be more inclusive with other perspectives and other institutions that are responsible for security. However, what we've seen is an over-reliance on the military. Let's take a look at some of the trips even the military leadership has done in the last 12 months. A lot of visits have gone to the Northwest. If you take a look at the travels, especially by the Chief of Defense Staff who was in that meeting, if you take a look at those trips, we've seen him go to Sokoto within the last 12 months. We've seen a lot of trips to, remember last year, July, there was a trip to Plateau State where the Chief of Defense Staff engaged with the governor, military officers, and other stakeholders. Remember in last year, September, there was engagements with the troops in Katsina and other security stakeholders. Remember, same September, last year, special engagement with the governor, a trip to Kaduna shortly after in October. So what we've seen is we still see a lot of reliance on the defense headquarters showing leadership when it comes to community engagement and reaching out. We now need the states, the local government, and other institutions to turn up. That is really where the solution is, especially not to rely on just the military perspective to finding a solution to all of what is going on. Today, there's even a political perspective to this. Remember, last election for the Labour Party, Benue and Plateau State in the North Central were the two states where the Labour Party had its highest votes. So in all, we have to understand that there are several perspectives to the insecurity situation we find ourselves, especially across northern Nigeria. Ayotunde.
Well, definitely leave it at that, Babajide Ogunsanwo. Thank you for your analysis again on the news at 10.
In the same vein, I would like to look at the sing-song praises of Festus Keyamo as regarding the Delta State PDP governor, the campaign to APC. I posted a video last week about the decamp of what we call triumphant decamp of Governor Sheriff Oborevwori from PDP to APC. Yeah, the APC goons, they are so happy to have the governor. They come to their party, so now everybody's singing his praise. I guess this is a planned work. They've already finished work on this. It's just for you to come to the public, to the public domain, and say, yeah, they can. But I think they've already perpetrated whatever they want to do as against 2027. Now they're bringing it into fulfillment. They're bringing it into action. And people, that's the situation for Nigeria. We can't cry more than the bereaved, but we can cry because we are all Nigerians, and we'll keep talking and keep speaking to this evil that are ruling us, call themselves politicians and government people. So we'll keep talking until something drastic happens and a change occurs. Thank you for watching, and thank you for paying attention. See you next time when I post my video. But before then, I would like you to subscribe to this channel and also make your comments so that next time we'll take the conversation to the next level. Signing out.
All right. Well, a new development has emerged in the politics of Delta State, as Honorable Minister Festus Keyamo and the Delta All Progressives Congress Foundation leaders have surrendered leadership to Delta State Governor Sheriff Oborevwori as the new leader of APC and seek for his direction. Now, the question on many people's lips would be, has Senator Ovie Omoagege been sidelined?
Excellency, we are here today as one unit, the gatekeepers of the party. These are the gatekeepers of the party in Delta State. The three senators, are seated here. The only member of the House of Rep, the only seat we won, is here. And on and on, sir. These are the gatekeepers, like I said, of the APC in Delta. Outside this group, there is no APC in Delta. If decisions are to be taken, these are the people that sit down with the state chairman to take a decision regarding APC. If anybody tells you otherwise, the person must be a comedian. We are here, sir, to wholeheartedly, 100% welcome you to the APC, sir. We welcome you unconditionally, sir. I repeat, sir, we welcome you unconditionally to the APC. It's a blessing to us, a blessing to the state, a blessing to Mr. President, a blessing to the good people of Delta State. That Delta State is now aligned with the ruling party at the center. So the synergy will be incredible. As our leader, undisputed leader, in this history, undisputed leader, we wholeheartedly surrender to your leadership and ask for directions at all times, sir. Where you say we go. Where you say we go, we go. Where you say you don't go, we don't go. That is the state as it is today. Now, there's no division after today, sir. It's blended as one in Delta State. And we have wholeheartedly adopted your more agenda. The more agenda is now our agenda. And if you look at the content of the more agenda, sir, it's the same thing as renewed hope. It's the same thing as renewed hope. You know, let me do a confession. This is time for confession, though. Now I touch my grass. How will we defeat Sheriff for 2027? So it's time to confess like a witch. I touched my brother from the airport when I saw the flyover. He knew where. We go. Not understand why they see for guys to JB. That's why the other one they see for Noko, for America. Now they where. Now I touch my brother and say, the mission impossible. And then the mission impossible is now in APC. It's not possible. So that's the confession.
And there you have it, politics, Finbai at play. Your thoughts on this?
You know, they say there's no such thing as permanent friends in politics, only permanent interests. And that's what we're seeing at play as they've declared the undisputed, emphasis on undisputed leader of the APC in Delta State is now Governor Sheriff Oborevwori, as said by Minister Festus Keyamo. Notably absent, as you read in the intro, is Senator Omoagege. Where to from here is what we're asking. Interesting to see them praising him and say, we were worried, how would we defeat you? So you politicians are quite there. It's entertaining to follow them. But let's see where this will go and the impact it will have on other PDP governors. For me, I think that's the most pertinent point coming from there as we wait to see which way Senator Omoagege is going to sway. He has options. He can go to PDP, SDP. He has options.
He has options, Dr. Bati.
Okay, very quickly. I think I saw a statement by Senator Ovie Omoagege, who was Oborevwori's rival, I think, in the 2023 elections in Delta State. And Oborevwori won, he lost. But he issued a statement saying that every situation requires prudence and foresight. That's the mature manner in which he has responded. And he said all the people who have moved into the APC in Delta State, who have now displaced him, he has also lost his leadership position. He says they are all welcome. So I think he has responded in a very matured manner. There is even supposed to be a rally today in Asaba, and he was the one even saying, look, all the people should attend so that they can welcome the new entrants. But for him to have gone to that meeting He may have thought that would have been an overkill. But I like the diplomacy, the maturity that he's using. But Oborevwori is a winner here. What he has done tactically is to secure a second term for himself. Now that he's in the party that says 2027 is a done deal.
It's a done deal.
He has secured himself for 2027. How smart. Very clever. Very clever fellow.
Well, that will be all for what's trending from me today.